Hello, my name is Mark Street. I'm with Remax, and we're talking about residential stats in the city of Grande Prairie and the county for the first 2 quarters of 2024. And so all the way up to the end of June, let's take a look and just, here's something to watch for. If you're looking at blue, you're looking at the city of Grande Prairie. If you're looking at red, you're looking at the county. If you're looking at gold, you're looking at new. That'll help you kind of look at this and kind of ascertain what's going on a little bit quicker. Here's duplexes, fourplexes, houses. You know, we're going to focus on houses because it's the tallest bar. So here you see 2024. If you add these together, it's 688 houses that sold between the two, between the city and the county. You're going to look at this, and if you add these together, here's the numbers that you get is 688, 703, 916, and this is showing you all the way back to 2007. And so here you can see, obviously, it's less houses than last year through the same time. And then 2022, of course, there's a lot more sales in 2022. So, you know, with not as much selling, I guess the question is, does that mean that you're going to pay less? Well, let's get to that. And maybe you already have an idea. If you're in this market, you probably do. There's another way to break out 688 or the total number of houses that sold per year. And that is by looking at how many were new versus how many were resale. So 49 houses sold that were new in the first half of 2024. 49, 39, 81. Well, remember those numbers because here they are again, 49, 39, 81. And all the way back you can see those same numbers and they correspond with the year. Here's 2024. What this is answering is how old are new houses? So new houses, according to this, 10 of them were built in 2024 of the new houses that sold this year. But 18 were 2023, 14 were 2022, right? So that's how it goes. If you buy a new house, you might not get the year it was built. You might buy it the next year or the next year. As it gets older, though, you think that the builder might be more interested in negotiating and trying to help you get that into that house. There's some inaccuracies. I don't think that 3 houses that were brand new this year were actually 1998 and 1999. That doesn't seem to make sense. So you could discredit this in some ways, but it goes both ways. I think overall it kind of gives you the gist. You know, this one here would say, well, maybe there should be less, but I know another thing that would say, well, maybe there should be more. So let's just take this as at face value then. So there's 7.1% of all the houses that sold were new. That's more than last year, right? That's interesting, and I'll explain why. Well, this already, right now I will. So here you can see the economic development does this newsletter called Invest Grande Prairie. And if you look at them, everything's looking bad. I mean, bleak so far. Now, there's lots of good conversations going out there, lots of bids, so this could change very quickly. But as of right now, drilling report, you know, it's down. Drilling or well licenses are down. Here you have drilling completions, it's down. Here you have over-dimensional vehicles, it's down. By 4,050 down to 3,400, so substantially down, right? So yet, new houses, you know, we had 111 so far year to date by the end of June and only 41 last year. So in the face of kind of adversity, things are kind of going this way. And in the face of inflation, yet there's more new houses. So what happens when all this stuff starts going the other way? That's the question. For Grande Prairie, that'll be very interesting. I think that we could see a big change. This one we've already looked at. That showed us by year. This one shows us by quarter, how much each quarter. Just really quick, you can see first quarter of 2024 was way higher than the first quarter of 2023, but we dipped down in the second quarter. Second quarter, sales started to slump a little bit. You know, so let's look at just the last month of June. You can see it's, you know, it's down. Look, it's so far down, eh? So substantially down in the city and the county overall. Right? So, well, I mean, remember I talked about 2016, it was slow. So maybe it was slow, and so that means average sale price went down, but that certainly is not the case. The average sale price spiked. For Grande Prairie, we call that a spike, went up $20,000. Last time that happened was right here, 2011 to 2012. That went up about 20,000. You know, and I wonder, are we maybe right here? Right? You know, maybe there wasn't enough supply at this time. You know, so interesting, you can see that the average sale price just kept on going higher. So I don't know, could we actually be there right now? And interesting, kind of just for fun, but this is up to July the 4th, 528. And if I go times 2, that's about 1,060. So, you know, are we in a 2011, 12 type of era? Good question. I don't know the answer. Now look, the average sale price of resale in the city of Grande Prairie was $368,300. For new, it went down $2,000, but did it really go down if we had 3 brand new houses that were 1998 and 1999? I don't know. I think, but I mean, it depends so much on what people buy anyway. So I think overall, it's safe to say that whether in the city or in the county, the average sale price is higher, especially with inflation as it is. So yet, more are being built, more are being sold. That's interesting, as far as the percentage is concerned. Most popular price point in the city was $350 to $400, and in the county was $650 to $700. When I say the county, I'm being that's too much. I don't mean it. I mean the most popular or the most active subdivisions around the county or in the county, which is Carriage Lane, Maple Ridge, Wedgwood, Westlake, and Whispering Ridge. I only include those 5 because it's that's where the most activity is. Okay, so we're going to talk about listings. So now we know what the demand was and where people were wanting to buy, but I wonder if the demand was actually higher here. So look at this is just talking about listings, not inventory yet. We'll get to that, but 250 to 300. I mean, way less was listed this year than last year. This one way less than last year. And then again up to 450. Well, here we had some more listed in that middle zone, so that will have helped out a bit. But basically, if you're buying the lower price points, that's going to be a challenge. You better buy quickly. Here you can see again 194 listed in the city and the county, but way less than the year before. Now let's look at inventory. Inventory, you could say, well, 232 in inventory, and last month was only 214. What's going on? I mean, is everything going bad? But notice this is kind of like that's pretty typical to every year. And if I go year over year instead, here's that 232. That's down from 268. So I mean, much inventory. Look all the way back to 2017, as far back as I show. It's not that much inventory. Months of inventory is like saying this. It's like saying, okay, for all the houses that sold in June, based on how many are for sale on July the 1st, how long will it take to deplete our inventory if no houses are listed? It's just one measure you can use. And here you can see 2.3 months of inventory. Well, that's less than 2.4, 2.7, 3, 3.6, and 3.1. Right? So, in other words, you can construe some of this information as, hey, it's bleak, but no, not if you own a house. It's not bleak at all. It means that in most cases the pricing is going up, and maybe at some of the higher price points it's maybe not so much that way. You can break that out per price point. 350 to 400 is actually 1.5 months of inventory. That's less than 2.4. And now, when are people buying? If you said, hey, Mark, I bought a house last month, and you said you have to guess when I bought it. Well, I could qualify it more and say, well, how old, what was the price point? But if I just said it in general, that's all the information you gave me, I would say, and I'd be most likely right if I said between 2 and 3 weeks. Then you'd probably say, you were right. Well, I mean, if I had to pick a week, that'd be the one. And that means that you probably put the offer on it in the first week. In the first week, you put the offer on it. 2 weeks later, you remove the conditions, and then you bought your house. So that's the normal stats. There are some candies here, and I call them candies because they're super interesting. And you can email me or message me and ask me for this information. I'll send it to you, and then you can look closer because it'll be hard for you to look on it on your little iPhone. And so here you can see what is the average age of the home that's sold in each subdivision, right? It gives you an idea of the subdivision. Maybe you want to know bigger lots and trees and stuff like that. This tells you how many houses sold in each subdivision. So Mission Heights was the big winner with 36 sales in there. West Point second place. In the county, it's always Whispering Ridge, so nothing new there. Average sale price, I mean, gives you a kind of an idea of what's going on. If you're coming here and saying, boy, I want something fancy, it's like, well, I'll go where the average sale price is high. Here you can see average sale price by what age is it? I mean, so 15 to 20 years old is the most popular age bracket, and the average sale price was $382. So anyway, so thanks for watching. Glad you did. If you have any questions, give me a call, 780-933-9233. Bye.